actor to actor, it's like what inspires you on a daily basis?
Yeah, wow, that's good. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's good.
Right? Like, what inspires you, like, on a daily basis?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Not like a weekly basis. You know what I'm saying?
No, like day to day, yeah. Yeah, I love...
Like,
Yeah.
like for me,
No.
if I may say my answer before yours, for me, I would say, like, music. Dude.
Well, it is good to, why don't we do this more? First of all, it's so cool
crazy.
to do.
Yeah, I mean, like, like it's so cool to see you, like
Yes,
in a
dude.
screen, like a little box.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where are you, dude?
I'm in New York right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
You're in
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Nice.
But-
when did that happen?
What's up?
When did that happen? When did that happen?
When did that happen?
Because last time I remember you were
Afraid.
like Morristown, New Jersey.
I was in Morristown,
right?
New Jersey because of everything that's going on, COVID,
Yeah.
the global pandemic.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm kind of done with this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my family was like, being like, we really need you to be here. Like,
Right.
we really need, like, everybody, like, all hands on deck. Like, just like everybody's here as a family. And I was like, well, there's this, there's like a Pet Boys commercial that like, I had a callback for. And I was like,
Yeah.
and I was like, you know what?
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. Honestly, thank you. And I didn't get it. But when I had that call,
Dude, that's not even... It's so important for your agents to see that you're just getting that call back.
Mm-hmm. That's what I always say. I always say, it's a win.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is a win.
There's almost no losses that can happen. That's kind of my philosophy. Is there's almost no loss that can happen in this craft.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like you just have to be constantly kind of finding, well, where's the win?
Exactly.
And there's always going to be one. There's always one somewhere. That's kind of just how you have to look at it.
Exactly. So with that, I was like, fuck this. I can curse on this, right? Right? Who are we talking
I hope
to?
so. I hope so. If not, bleep us.
Bleep us.
Because I'm going to be cursing.
Dude, I fucking love you. You're so fucking real.
Dude, I love you too, man. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's just it's so good. Like, because like we mostly just kind of hang on set.
Mm-hmm.
And there is that thing of like, are we set friends or are we real friends? Are we set friends or are we real friends? And I've had a couple times where I've kind of hit you up, to be like, why don't we, you want to do dinner or you want to do,
Yes.
like, oh, I got a birthday going on or even my wedding.
Yes, I remember that.
And it was just like, and we're all, this freaking whole industry is so busy.
Exactly.
That's what people don't get.
Yeah, when you
when you
texted me about your wedding, I was like, oh.
And sent the whole save the date.
And that. I was like, oh, this is a friendship that's not a set friendship. This is an actual real friendship.
Right.
Right. And I was confused. And I literally wrote back. I think I wrote back on the invite. I was like,
you sent the invite back, which was not.
No.
Yeah.
I sent it back to you and I said, is this a fucking joke?
Yeah. Yeah, because, well, one, I had never talked about her to, I keep private and set life very separate.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, so you had no idea, we didn't know anything, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
Exactly.
But funny enough, we actually have a lot in common.
We do.
We actually have that's what's so cool. Like when they asked, like, do you want to talk to, another guy who's like kind of, I was like,
Actor to
wait
actor.
a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute. I know, like so we went to the same school.
That's right. But very far apart time-wise.
Yeah, like 10, 12 years.
Yeah. But crazy that we went to the same school. And I remember when we were on set, we were...
USC.
USC, yeah. Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
I remember being like, do you know Professor Niersmeyer?
Yeah.
Because, you know,
who's more theatrical.
Exactly. But we have so much in common.
I thought you were. I started to think, is this like a scammer, or because I don't.
I remember on set when you grabbed me by the collar. Remember when you pushed me against the trailer and you said, "I don't fucking." What was it? It was like, "I don't fucking know you."
I don't fucking know you. Ask me that again.
Yeah, and
ask me one more time.
Yeah, and I was like,
trust me, I'm a hothead on
dude. It was so like I was so mad and so like angry at you, and it was like, I was like, who is this guy? But but here we are. It's great.
Here we are, dude. And yeah, it's almost like, did we ever resolve? Like I was thinking when they asked like to talk to you, I was like, was that ever resolved?
No.
And
because
it must have been, because I'm not upset about it anymore.
Well, yeah. Well, like I remember I went to HR, which I can't believe they have on set, and I said, "This guy's a fucking psycho. Do something about it." And they were like, "You are an under 5 who plays
call sheet." Sorry.
Yeah, they literally were like,
Sorry,
"You're an under 5 who's a plumber that literally gets shit on your lap and say, oh God, woe is me." Like they didn't care.
Yeah.
They didn't care.
Yeah.
Which is like awesome because that's like, I was like, wow, I'm part of a community.
Yeah. It's such a community thing. And that's just what we've been missing.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
So like actor to actor, it's like what inspires you on a daily basis?
Yeah. Wow. That's good. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's good.
Right? Like what inspires you like on a daily basis?
Yeah, that's good.
Not like a weekly basis. You know what I'm saying?
No, like day to day, I love
like for me, if I may say my answer before yours, for me, I would say like music.
Yeah, I guess tech.
Wow.
I guess like technology.
That's awesome.
Which is just, and it's, people think like, oh, you couldn't be more different, that engineer mind versus that actor mind. And I like to think they're the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tech.
Because when I'm on set, what I'm doing is creating. And when Tim Cook's in the lab building, the iPhone 14.
Exactly.
What he's doing is creating.
Exactly.
And it's all improv, but with a script.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I guess tech.
Awesome. Yeah. No, I totally see that. Like tech is kind of like music in the sense that
tech is kind of the new music.
Exactly. And it's like we need those things in order to see what we do, in order to feel how we feel. And now is the moment. So that's why we're actors, which is, I think, like what you're trying to say. No?
That's exactly. I don't know if it's why. Well, yeah.
Or no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think, yeah.
Not to change. Well, yeah?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's exactly.
Yeah. Right.
I just want to say congratulations on
oh, thanks, dude.
On that Jollibee spot.
Yeah.
What did you do for dinner?
I'm on the thing. Can you back? I'm on the acting. I'm on the actors on actors thing.
Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
That's Kate.
What?
That's Kate.
Kate.
I got the.
Okay.
You were saying, what was it like on the Jollibee?
Yeah, that Jollibee commercial.
Dude, it was sick, man. It was so because that was Marty. That was Marty's project, and I know you know Marty.
Love Marty.
And
Love Marty.
It was just this thing that was like, it was so last minute, and it was like, this thing fell through. The guy, I guess, gotten some kind of subway accident.
Yes.
Or Amtrak derail. I don't know. But he was like, yo, super last minute, but how fast can you be in Asheville? And I said, let me look up what that even, and then it's a couple hours. Yeah, sure, a couple hours. I'll get on
That's awesome.
And so I went down there, and it was just it was that thing where you don't have time to think about it, right?
You say yes.
You absolutely say yes, and then it's real, and all of a sudden it's like, well, I'm working, Yeah. And that's just and Marty is just so great. He just has this mentality about directing.
Exactly.
That is just this like, hey, let's just like fuck the script and just be real. Just be real. And so so it was this thing where I'm kind of a guy who has the jelly beans, and I kind of drop them on the ground, and then the main guy, the guy who's the main part of the commercial he's like slipping and slide. So it's really quick, but like it is this kind of thing where it's like I would like ideally to have more time to prep out that kind of like how do I, But again, it's just real, and Marty is just so good about that, making me feel so comfortable.
Yeah, I could tell. I could tell when I saw the spot on TV. Yeah. I was like, that guy's relaxed. That guy is feeling it. And
thank you.
Yeah, and
thank you.
Marty. I love Marty. Marty is awesome. I worked with Marty on one of those like non-union medical like really like low budget like the type of stuff that like you're kind of like on set for 15 hours and you're kind of like think to yourself like, why did I agree to this? And then you find out that like you have to cover your own lunch, that type of stuff.
Right.
And then like someone like, and you're like the like, it was like a really hot day. And I remember being like, hey, like going to Marty and being like, Marty, when are we going to start shooting? We haven't like there's like the crew is not even like setting up the lights, and Marty kept saying,
that's not how he works.
No,
it has to be, he has to feel it.
Yeah, he was like, I have to do it. And but he was like complaining to me. He was like, he's like, why do I have to do everything? I was like,
but that's what's so cool about him is that he has both wolves inside of him, right? He has the one that is kind of like, let me get after this. Let me tackle this myself. Let me only, it's my vision. It's my responsibility. But then he also has this other wolf that's like, I'm angry about that. Why should I have to do all of this? Everyone else is being very lazy.
Yeah.
I'm upset. But also then even kind of a third, I guess, a sheepdog.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, hey, nobody else come near this. It's just going to be,
Exactly.
So it's these three things, and it's just so awesome to see.
I don't know exactly what you're saying, but like I think I know, which is cool.
Yeah.
Like I don't like.
Yeah.
Which Marty are you? Are you talking about Marty
Patterson?
I'm thinking of a different Marty. I'm thinking about Marty Lemon.
Lemon? Marty Lemon?
Are you?
Huh. Oh, no, no, I know.
Because like you were describing it and I was like, that's not.
Yeah. Well, when you said non-union, I was like, that wouldn't be. But okay. I don't know. I know that he's not. Well, whatever. But I mean, hey, both Martys are great, I guess,
So, we first met on set.
Yeah.
Okay.
What advice do you have for like people who want to get better at acting, or people who want to jump in or maybe switch careers from something that's stable and good to something like acting?
Really great question.
And I'll answer it too after you.
Okay.
Because I really want to talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. Acting to me is like kind of like it's kind of like a job, right?
Yeah.
It's like a job that you do in order to make money, income.
Yes.
And it's like you go to it every day, you do it, and then you get money, and then you feel good about it, right? Mm-hmm. And That's kind of like what I would say to like young actors is like, this is a job.
Right.
A job that is also like a passion.
Yes.
So like, do it. Like have fun. Do it. And also like kind of like do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's I disagree. I think it's like a craft, right? And so it's this art that is not at all like, being a trucker or a lawyer or anything, because it doesn't happen every day.
And
it is
you
something
can play a trucker or a lawyer.
Exactly. And so you do need to know, but you're bringing yourself as an artist onto, so it's very much you are bringing you, and you're your own responsibility, and this is a craft. And what would Picasso, Van Gogh, or some, what would they be? So you have to be willing to be obstinate and be tough and say, that's not how I would say that. I'm sorry, that's not how I would say that. Or, I'm sorry if you, that's what you want this character to be, or like this character is just serving the scene, and you have to kind of be there and go, well, not this doctor. Maybe the doctor that you wrote, but not this one, not this one, And so, so it's just kind of like be ready to be tough, and be ready to get your own art out there, and be ready to put yourself on the line.
Yeah.
Put everything on the line. Every project should have the potential to make or completely break you.
Wrong, but totally right.
Totally.
I am so sorry, but I have been dying to take a shit for the last 5 minutes. Like it's like kind of like peeking out, and I'm so in tune with this conversation. Just can you just like give me like 5?
Yeah.
Or not. I can hold it.
They'll just edit it. No. They'll just edit it. Yeah, no, go. If you gotta go, you gotta go.
I'm sorry. I was just like...
Dude, it's totally... Hey, right before we got on, so... Please.
Okay.
I'll
Fucking shit.
Hopefully they cut around. Hopefully someone cuts to look at it. Or...
I am so sorry. I'm sorry. My wife is in there.
Jeez. No, that's all good. Totally. So.
Okay,
so whenever you wanna, if you hear it, just feel free.
For sure.
Give me a sign or something.
For sure. So.
Here's something that I actually don't know. How did you get your? How did you jump into this whole...
Wow.
What was it about it that made you want to give it a go?
Wow, really good question. I remember I was on the street. I was on the street, and I was...
Doing what?
I was selling fruit at a fruit market. I was a fruit seller. And I was like... I'm like a young guy, just like trying to sell fruit in the modern age.
We did whatever we could.
I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like, it was just fun because fruit is like literally God's like, it's like
fruit, seed.
It's literally God's seed. So
fruit.
It was like so like natural and fun to just be like, nectars, pomegranates, and they were like...
And you're building the instrument.
Exactly, and I remember my manager was like, why are you doing that voice? Like, it's kind of offensive, like...
Manager, like representation, or like of the
grocery store.
Fruits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, and that was the thing, like, it was a grocery store. Like, we didn't need a fruit man to sell fruit. Like, I remember I was just like a guy, like, I was like 16 years old, just like working like a job.
Yeah.
But like, because there were so many people at the supermarket, I was like, wow, this is an audience. So I was like, grapes, got your grapes.
Yes.
And I remember my manager.
I can so picture you, because that's kind of still your same energy.
Exactly.
It's just so big.
Well, every role I go into, I think about that little me in that shop and stop, and I think to myself like, and I go grapes, get your grapes. I go grapes, get your grapes, and I'm like
Grapes.
Exactly, and it kind of like fuels me.
And you did that accent
all the time.
Okay.
And the manager kept being like, the manager at the supermarket kept being like, you have to stop doing that. It's offensive. Like,
use your normal voice. That's what
And don't talk.
Right.
You literally are an employee at a supermarket. Why are you standing?
You're supposed to probably,
by the fruits and like making a whole show about it. But then that's when I knew I am a performer. I am not. And then I signed up for acting class, and I signed up for the UCB Improv.
Yes. Yes.
And I signed up for the People's Improv Theater.
Yes.
And I also signed up for Magnet.
Yes.
And I also signed up for that other one.
Groundlings.
Bingo. And yeah, and that's just kind of like how I started. How did you start?
When I was very young, my parents just kind of forced it on, just kind of said, you're going to, But I fell in love with it.
Because of the skiing accident.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Or no?
No. I don't even know really what you're referring to, but
okay.
Yeah. When I was very young, I was in some regional stuff and the community theater, and
I remember.
I think it was just easier. It was closer to my parents' work and better than, I guess the daycare was shady, but yeah, so I just kind of fell in, and then paychecks started coming in, and so then I kind of just fell in love with it at some point. Much later on. But just much later. But I've just fell in love with it. And I've just been at it, And that's the thing is, like, once you're in. You kind of can't do, it's like if you dive in how you have to dive in, there's no getting out of that pool.
Yeah.
Because you just don't have, you don't have the
pool.
Right. Yeah, you don't have the ladder or the pool.
Like if you want to get into the pool.
You have the pool. You don't have the. Yeah.
You don't have the. Yeah. You don't have the pool. Yeah. If you have the pool.
Yeah. No, you have the pool. What you don't have is a way out of the pool. So you would have to have the pool, but the problem is you can't get it. Once you dive in, you can't. So you have the pool, but you can't get out of the pool. You were in an episode, and this was so cool. You were in FBI recently, and you were playing that terrorist.
Yes.
Who is just kind of, and you were just kind of going, and what was that like? And I know you didn't get to do that much.
No, because so the line is basically I come out and I say, who's ready to die? And I get shot immediately, and it's like not even. They actually cut out the line, which was crazy. So like, it was so cool because I was like, oh wow, I was so excited they booked this role, and I was like acting really hard and like trying really hard in this line, and they cut it, which was cool. And I remember. Like, because
that's part of the editing, you get to kind of wear that hat of like, as an editor, you just kind of have to assume like, oh, I guess that was bad.
Yeah.
I guess that word, I just didn't fit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I remember like, so it was like really cool to be on set, and I got to meet the cast of FBI. Oh. You were on an episode of, that HBO Max series, the Michael Che show, correct?
Yeah.
It was play the character as a dumb white guy gets completely humiliated in front of the entire office, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So And yeah, so I booked that. Well, first of all, the thing comes into my inbox and I'm like, yes, please, you know? And so I leaned all the way in to that, just rehearsed the hell out of it. And you know, just really like, how am I gonna do, you know, whatever. And I was so proud of my audition.
Awesome.
And they said, we want him, come on in. And so I get in, and then they're what's so awesome, you know, to be on any set is so cool, but I have my own shared trailer with a couple other guys.
So cool.
And then I find out, we all auditioned for that part, and we don't know who's actually doing it, which is, you know, and that's the kind of thing is like, oh, that's just, you know, how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
And so I actually didn't get to do that, but I was there and I got to do this they got me in a costume and they got me in, they put stuff on my lips because I guess they're really dry and gross, the guy said. And so it was just like another day.
What, they put stuff on your lips?
Yeah, I guess it was like a more intense chapstick. It was like a chapstick that would be like medicated. So I had to sign something, basically like, can you give me a prescription? You know, I was like, whatever gets me in front of that camera, you know? And so, yeah, so they put something on there that I guess they were happy with it. But yeah, it was so cool to do that. So cool to do that. And I got to meet some people, but I didn't get to meet Michael, but I did get to see him, and I got to see he wasn't even on that day, but I got to see, you know, they have the Polaroids.
Awesome.
In hair make in HMU.
Oh, they gave you that, or you took them?
No, I got to see some of them kind of taped up. And
because I remember there's so many times where I'm like, can I have the Polaroid? And they're like, you're no. And
no, that's for us.
Yeah, and I remember one time I tried to grab one, and makeup artist like kind of grabbed my wrist like I was a child, and they said, what was it? What did they say? They pointed my finger in my face and they said, if you ever do that again, I'm gonna fucking like ruin you in this town. And I was like, yeah. And I remember being like, oh my God, this is amazing.
It's like old school Hollywood sometimes. The people, the kind of psychotic energy that you can encounter. And it's just like, wow, this is Tinseltown.
Who's your favorite actor?
Probably Jared Leto.
Mine too.
Yeah.
I love Jared. I love Jared. I think he is the best like actor. He's the best like person. Like he's so I love when he just like is, you know? Like for example, he's not Israeli at all. And now he's playing an Israeli guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
the ability to transform the way that he does is so, it's been so lost for so long.
Like he's not,
it feels almost like a treasure of the sea that we found again.
Like he's not a murderous clown, but here he is, the Joker.
The Joker.
And he's so good as the Joker.
Yeah.
Name a better Joker. Name a better Joker.
Couldn't if I tried. I don't, honestly, I'm not even that familiar with the...
There's like what?
But yeah. Like, and it's like him. To me, there's one and it's him.
It's like him and then like...
Yeah.
The cartoon maybe? Voice.
Yes.
Which was voiced by...
It's him as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think Jared Leto voiced every Joker.
When you go into an audition, and I don't know when the last time when you were in one, if you even do that anymore, but when you go in and you do that thing where you slate, and you do your first read, and then that that thing where they're just kind of like, okay, I'm trying to help you out, so just way less, and total and different, and they kind of walk you through. What is your process with that? Like, how do you think about that, and how do you deal with that?
Really, really, really good question. I had an acting teacher told me, you got to do something different in auditions, okay?
Yeah.
Because, like, they're seeing, like, what?
shock and awe.
You're seeing like hundreds of people.
Right.
So you gotta do something that makes you stick out.
You have to scare them. You have to shock them.
So yeah, you gotta do something that like sticks out.
Yeah.
So
by scaring them or shock. Yeah.
Exactly. So what I do is I like try to think about like what would be the scariest thing I could do to these people, like really freak them out. Like one time I remember the audition was for like a what's that candy? It's like a
Nerds rope.
It's like nerds are on a rope, and I'm supposed to play a father who's like kids. There's nerds everywhere. Whatever. I come in. I'm fucking hysterically crying. I come in crying and I say, I can't fucking do this. I can't do this commercial. My dog just died like this morning, and I can't mentally handle this. And I go on my.
And they had it?
No, I was lying, completely lying. I don't even have a dog.
Yeah.
It was like so manipulative on my end. It was great. And I go on my knees and I'm begging them. I'm like, please. And then the second they're like, what is this? They're like, I do like that thing. I like.
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry, I do that.
It's just kind of the.
Yeah, like I'm gonna fucking knock you out.
Yeah.
And they were
from the ground, from like almost like you're sleeping, and they kind of come up to you.
Dude, literally like, oh, my dog. They're like, what is? And I go,
yes.
It was awesome, and like I didn't book, and I didn't get a call back, but they are like
they remember you
exactly. I think my wife might have got out of the toilet, so I might try the shitter again because I literally like it's coming,
I'll think of something
coming out of my cheeks. The thing is like rubbing against the chair. You know how it is, dude.
Been there, dude. Sure.
So just like. Still in there.
Okay.
So I mean, like, so I guess my question, like,
I would love to talk about my new Amsterdam stuff.
Yeah.
So I booked a co-star on New Amsterdam for this season, this most recent season, and that was like incredible. And then so what happened was, once I do the thing, they're like, hey, can you come back in tomorrow?
Smart.
And I said, okay, did I just get called up to the big leagues? You know, and it turns out, no, something was fucked up with the camera. Oh. But that was like, feeling that just reminded me why I'm going to keep doing this forever and never ever stop. Is that feeling of like, okay, I'm in AAA and coach and put me in coach, I'm ready to play because they just called me up to the big leagues. But that was so cool, and I think it's coming out. Yeah, so if we're doing plugs, check out New Amsterdam, because I think I kill it on that. I think I'm so happy with what
That's really awesome, dude. I'm like so excited to see that. I'm like so excited to see you on that. New Amsterdam is such a show right now, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like really excited to see it and watch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
You ever do a movie? You ever do a movie or anything?
I have. I did
Really?
Do you remember that movie Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3?
Yes.
With Denzel?
Yes.
I played a guy, a terrorist. And I had no lines.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I remember being like I kept saying lines, which was so funny. Like I'm like background. I'm like not even in this.
Yeah.
I'm like not even in the shot. You know. I'm like you know there's an explosion and I'm like one of the bodies that like that and stuff. But I kept saying because like you know how it is. Like you kind of have to use every moment as a way to show you. So like the explosion happens and I'm like flying and I say my character's name is Ryan. I say my character's name is Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
And they kept cutting because they're like, you can't say that. Don't say character. Don't say the word character. This is life. This is real life. And it was like so cool to be on set of like a big movie because, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you pay your SAG dues yet?
No.
Yeah, neither did I was just on the phone with them yesterday. And I was like,
dude, they just like, this is like the peak. There's like pilot season and then there's SAG is calling you season. And it's just like.
I love them. I love them though.
They're great.
I love SAG.
They're great.
SAG is maybe the most important union there is. For me,
right.
Because I'm an actor.
Yeah.
I like other unions too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so cool to see what's going on.
With the unions?
With all that.
It's like really inspiring.
Yeah. It's so hard to keep track of.
The unions?
I find it very hard.
The unions.
To keep track of. But I'm so for it. And
me too.
So
I had a crazy audition the other day. Can I tell you about it?
Yes, please. Oh my God.
Dude, speaking of Trojans, were we speaking of Trojans?
300?
No.
Yeah, USC.
Well,
yeah.
anyway, so it's for a Trojan condom commercial, right?
Oh, okay.
And it was the boyfriend. It was the role of the boyfriend, and
that's the most important in the
And it was and it's kind of like a cheeky commercial, like it's kind of like and I play a boyfriend, and it's supposed to like I'm supposed to like basically orgasm.
Mm-hmm. In the commercial?
Yes, it's weird.
Okay.
It's like it's like a joke. It's like, but they're like make it cartoony. So I don't know if this ever happened to you, but like I do it once in the audition, and they're like, okay, can you do it again? And I did it again. And they're like, okay, that was really good. Let's just like do it again. And I did it again. And then again. And they kept asking me to basically fake orgasm.
Yeah.
7 to like 9 times. I was like, and it was like so weird because like they were recording it on a camera. And they weren't like paying attention to me, but they kept being like, okay, let's just get another one. And they were like, what did they say? They said, I think, and I remember like as I was leaving, I was, because it's usually a good sign when they ask you to do it again. So I'm like trying to listen, be like, oh my God, I think I booked this thing. And I hear the casting director.
I love when you can just feel it. Yeah.
And I hear the casting director say, I think that's enough footage. He's gonna love that. How much are we getting paid for this? And I was like, oh. I was like, oh.
Dude, that's
like,
crazy.
And I was like,
auditions can be.
I was like, I think. I was like,
Yeah, that's such a funny thing.
Mea culpa. I shouldn't have.
Maxima culpa.
Yeah. That's so awesome.
Oh, dude. Very similar thing happened to me for Euphoria. I was playing an ugly guy.
Oh, you went out for that?
Yeah.
I saw that.
So the role was like ugly guy. And like, so I'm just like there, and my whole job in the audition is just like, you're having sex, and it's like such a low point for one of the characters. And so I was like, well, but wouldn't he be okay at, and they were kind of, but whatever. It was another one of those things where I walked out there knowing 100% they're going to remember me.
Yeah.
And if they need me next season or the season after that or season after that.
Did you say that? Did you tell them?
Yeah, I said, if you ever need me, I said to them as I was leaving, I said, okay, I'm Max Knoblauch again. I know I didn't get this, but if you ever need anything,
Yeah.
Anything on set, in your personal lives, anything, anytime, anywhere. This is my number. I gave him my,
home number,
resume, everything. I gave him everything. And I said, just
smart.
don't hesitate.
Really
don't
smart.
hesitate.
Really
and
smart.
I said, what, are you guys working on anything else? They said, we have to see a lot of people, but blah, 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 And so I gave them to everybody.
Really, really smart. Really smart. I really appreciate what you did there.
It's so much, because we're so digital. We're so digitized now, and we're so on our phones all the time.
Exactly.
And we're so on social media, the endless doom scrolls.
Oh my gosh. It's like,
and so it's so important to get that IRL interaction. That's why every single audition I ever have, even if it's just me submitting for something on Actors Access, I'm sending them a hard copy letter, and it's not going to be standard size. It's going to be a weird size and a sharp envelope, and
sharp, like painful,
like just like thick, like wedding paper.
Great.
Wedding envelope.
Great. What's your favorite car?
Probably like a big CRV.
I mean, mine too.
Yeah.
Imagine Jared Leto driving a CRV.
Dude.
I'd be like, this is a movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be cool.
Sometimes I go on Jared Leto's Instagram lives, and I write on the chat, I say, everybody on this chat is not a real fan. You're all posers. I'm the realest fan. Jared, you have to read my message now, or else there's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Well, gosh, dude,
wow,
it has
dude,
been so
this is
cool.
So awesome.
Did we talk enough about acting, or like,
no,
it's tough
which
because
is so fun because like when I hang out with you, it's like all you want to do is just like talk. And
I feel like we end up just like going off about what we've done and how much we work and that we act and whatever. But then once somebody asks us to do that, it's like we can't quite get there.
And this is for Vanity Fair, Amazon, Variety.
It's either it's
the Hollywood Reporter.
I don't know. It's for I think I'm just gonna send it around.
Cool. And then who do I invoice?
I don't know if that's gonna even be. I'll let you know. I don't even know if we're
you told me something about.
Yeah. I'll email it, but
okay.
Yeah. So I think it's just gonna be hopefully
Zelle.
We'll see.
Like Zelle, like just give you my Zelle.
Yeah, I'll send you that.
But like
yes. Yeah, if you send me something to let me know that it's definitely you because I've gotten scammed out of stuff.
Sure.
But if you send me a little something, even just anything as small as like
$50
or something.
Yeah. So send you money to clarify to me.
And then I'll hit you back with the whatever we get once we sell this. But yeah, dude, so good to talk to you, and hope I see you on set.
Dude,
and
no hope. I will see you on set.
I will see you. All right, man.
Dude, so cool talking to you.
All right, James.
Bye, Yoni.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, man.
Mark.
Max. Yeah.
Awesome, dude.
All right.
Okay.
Dude.
Let me just turn this off now.
Yeah. Wait. Okay.
In your Zelle.